I remember when I was about 8 years old, I was watching Going Live on Saturday morning, and Roald Dahl was being interviewed in his shed. And he said it was in that shed that he wrote Matilda and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I remember watching him in this shed, just thinking this was the most magical place in the world. And it was at that moment that I realised that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to find a space where I could just write stories for all of my life. And that's sort of what I have tried to do until the last few months, because the last few months have just been so horrible and strange for so many reasons. And it's only last week I realised that it's been too long since I did the things that I love doing in my life. And the things that I enjoy doing are reading and writing and listening to loud music. So that's when I had the idea that what I should do is to try and do something that I have always wanted to do, and that is to try and write a funny novel. Not just a good novel, not just quite a funny novel. I want to write one where you can't read it in public because you'll be embarrassed at how much it is making you laugh. I want every page to just be so full of funny things. I want to spend my time writing funny ideas and trying to make myself laugh. How beautiful it is to be able to try and write something funny. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm spending all of my time at my desk in front of my books with my record player, drinking wine and listening to records, and that is the thing that has sort of got me through the last few months. I was watching TV a couple of weeks ago, and it was this documentary about dementia, and it starred a man who was 11 years older than me. And I just watched him thinking how devastating it was. He was with his wife and his young kid, and in the background of the shots behind him were photographs of him when he was a well-chiselled man in his 20s. Had no idea what was about to happen to him. And he was fine, and his family were doing okay. It made me realise that no one has a spare key to my flat. I live on my own and I like it. But it started to make me feel strange. My best friend has got two little kids, two toddlers, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I've explained to these toddlers that their manuscripts will be rejected before the first page has even been read. I've explained to the toddlers that the characters in their favourite TV shows are just actors whose heart isn't really in it. They're already thinking about their next project. I've not told these two toddlers about the concept of love yet, or about loneliness. But I will tell them. My dad was in his garden when I phoned to say happy birthday. And I said how sad I was that all of us couldn't go round there like we planned. He said this isn't how he expected his 70th birthday to be. And I've been worried about phoning him, but he was just fine. He said it's incredible what life throws at us sometimes, isn't it? He said he understood. He said that he was spending all of his time in the garden. It had been a sunny week and he was about to go and make himself chicken burgers. He was going to toast the buns. My friend had to call 999 the other day to call herself an ambulance. And when the paramedic arrived, he explained that this was his first week back at work. He'd been off for 18 months after suffering with a minor stroke. He was 31. And he didn't even need to say to her, relax and breathe normally. He was just telling her about overcoming his illness and how happy he was being back in his ambulance. Just relax and rejoice in my story of recovery. And when my friend told me about phoning the ambulance, she didn't even tell me what had been wrong with her. She just loved this paramedic who was managing to get back on his feet. I've got a few ideas for my funny novel. A lollipop man falls in love. A sad person wins a castle. A plane hijacker decides not to hijack the plane and ends up getting a job as a youth worker or something. It's fun writing stories. It's what I do my entire life. I fill my life with these notebooks full of ideas. I've got boxes of them. This is the first line of my novel. They are fast asleep with their arms around each other. I wonder which of them will die first. If I was picking a random novel up in Waterstones and reading the first page and that was the first line, I'd definitely buy it. I hope my dad's okay. I hope he was out in the garden that day, enjoying the sunshine. I guess we all like to think of our dads in gardens. I hope my friend who had to call the paramedic, I hope she's going to be okay. She's had a hard year. But I think we'll be okay. Because I'm spending my next who knows how long remembering how fun it is to write stories. To sit in my shed, my spare room, and to listen to loud music and to read and to write and to try and write a funny novel.